Hi everybody, welcome to our video shoot for Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo to everyone. Today we're going to be preparing a traditional guacamole with avocados, tomatoes, cilantro, lime, garlic and some cayenne pepper. And then on the other side over here we're going to be making a salsa which comprises of mangoes, black beans, roasted corns, jalapenos, tomatoes and some red onions. So here we go. Okay folks, so first of all we're going to start off by making a guacamole, and we're going to start off first of all by taking our avocados, making sure we take the little seed out of the top. We're going to cut in half, running the knife round, twist, and we're going to take the pip out of the middle. We're going to do 2 of these, so we're going to make about 4 portions today in the video. Obviously you can make plenty more, however you want to make, however many people you're feeding. Again, twist, take the seed out. So you can buy a tool for scooping out the avocados, but a tablespoon does the job just as well. So we're going to run the spoon around the inside of the avocado and flip it out. So no waste, quick and easy. And again, so you can do the guacamole 2 types of ways. You can either have it a smooth blended guacamole, or you can go for like a more chunkier one. So today I'm just going to do the more chunky one, which I prefer. Holds onto the chips a lot nicer when you're eating it. So let's put that over there. So we're just going to give it a rough chop to start. We're going to put it in our bowl. So like I say, I'm going to be making about 4 portions out of this today. Okay, so there goes our avocado. Then we're going to put crush a piece of garlic to go inside, and just give it a quick chop. Make sure it's like nicely diced up. Then we're going to take a handful of fresh cilantro. Chop it up nice and fine. Like I say, if you wanted it blended, you could just put the whole lot together and just put it in a blender to mix. And like I say, I prefer mine chunky with a little bit of a chunkiness and bite to it. So we're going to put that in there like that. Then we're going to take some fresh tomatoes. I'm going to take the core out the middle, just by running a small knife around like that. Take it out. And we're going to dice that up. If your tomatoes are too ripe, then they're perfect to go into your salsa, but you want them a little bit more firmer for the guacamole, just so there's different textures in there. So you got the smoothness of the avocados and a little bit more crunchiness going on with the tomatoes, and then the extra crunch is going to come with the red onions going in there. Okay, now we're going to take some fresh lime. If you cut the lime lengthways, you get more juice out of it, it's easier to squeeze. So I'm just going to run it through my hands like this just to catch any pips or anything that come out of there. Obviously nowadays you can buy a lemon lime squeezer, which is little bit easier, but old school is using your hands. Alrighty, so I'm going to just take that off there. Put that in my waste over there. Try to keep my table tidy as I work along. Put a fresh glove on. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little bit of red onion. So a lot of the ingredients cross-utilize. So the red onions are going to go into the little bit of guacamole, and then some is also going to go into the salsa over there. So why I'm doing one, I'm going to do it for both items at the same time. So just going to half the onion, slice in half, and then cut down so it's nice and fine. Okay, so I'm going to take half my onion for that, and then I'm going to leave the other half ready for making my salsa. Alright, also just for a little bit of extra bite, I've got some cayenne pepper here. You don't have to do that, but I prefer mine with a little bit of spice in it, so I'm just going to put a little bit in there. Obviously not too much, because it becomes overpowering. And then in the grinder, I've got a kosher salt and pepper mix, which I'm just going to add to it, and that's pretty much basically it. So now we're going to just take a spoon, mix it all up. You know, if you find it's not mixing properly or crushing up properly, you can take a fork and do it, or you can just take your hands, just give it a little crush, just to make it a nice little bit of smoothness going on. We're going to serve this over the tortilla chips in the front. We've just got the plain colour tortilla chips, but you know, there's so many on the market nowadays. You can get the blue ones, you can get the red ones, you can get the white ones. So you know, the choices are there. So now that's perfect. Now we're just going to take this. So that's a nice consistency, not too wet, not too dry, and just going to spoon it over the top. And we've got chips and guacamole ready to go. So it literally takes 4 or 5 minutes to get a fresh guacamole, and you know, if you go to the store and buy it, that's probably going to cost you about $9 or $10, and you can probably make this now for about $2.50, all with fresh ingredients. Okay, so enjoy. Hi everyone, welcome to our Cinco de Mayo cooking session. So we've just made some fresh guacamole with the salsa, with the chips, and now we're going to go right on to making our salsa. So today's salsa, we're going to make a black bean, corn, and mango salsa. Okay folks, so I pre-prepared a couple of the ingredients, but I'm going to show you how we prepared them, ready for making the salsa. So we got some fresh corn, straight off the cob. We're going to peel it and take the base off, making sure we get rid of all the hair. We don't want that in any of our food. Again, you can get a little brush that you can just run down the corn to take the hair off. So today, what you're going to do then is going to take your corn, hold it very steadily with your hand, and you're just going to literally run your knife down to get the kernels off. Not cutting too deeply because you don't want to cut into the wood, and then you just go that all the way around the corn and take it off. Then what I did with it, I baked it in the oven, preheated the oven to 425 degrees, and I just roasted it till it's not too dark, but there's a little bit of crunchiness to the corn. With the black beans, I soaked them for 24 hours overnight. They were a dried bean, and then I boiled them or simmered them for about an hour and 30 minutes till they're nice and soft. The black bean we used is a like black turtle bean, so slightly smaller, which goes nice in the salsa. So yeah, so we're going to take our corn, place in our mixing bowl, take our black beans, probably only going to need half of those black beans, and there we go, in there. Then we're going to take the red onion that I used for the guacamole. So we got the other half now that we're going to put here into our salsa. Then we're going to take our mango. So we're going to peel our mango. Easiest way to peel the mango, top and tail. You can use a peeler, or if you're proficient with a paring knife, you can just use a paring knife and you can take it all the way around without taking too much of the flesh off. You want to save as much flesh as possible. Like I say, you know, if you've got a nice peeler, it may be a little bit easier for you. But I've peeled enough mangoes in my lifetime now to to get it pretty close without having to use a peeler. Alrighty. So now what you want to try and do, you're going to lay your mango, stand it on the bottom like that, and then you're just going to take it down, just trying to avoid the pit in the middle. So there we go. You know, if you do get a little piece of it, you can always cut that out afterwards. Let me just move that bowl out of the way so we can see what we're doing. So this mango is really nice. It's not too ripe, so it's still got a little bit of firmness about it. There we go, and then you can just run the knife around and make sure you get all the pieces off the top, because it's going in a salsa. Doesn't have to be perfect dice. So make sure you get all the bits off. Right, now we're just gonna chop the mango up. So we're going to try and keep the pieces fairly similar size to the black beans, so it doesn't look too odd. So again, we're going to, like I say, you know, not too dissimilar in size, so they're going to blend in nicely. So with the tomatoes we're going to put in, I'm going to dice them up again, but you can put them in a blender and blend them down, so it just makes more sauciness to it. But I prefer mine again, not too wet. And last piece of mango. Good to go. There's a little bit in the middle there, so I'm going to put that to one side. Okay, so now again, we're going to take a jalapeno with this one, so we're going to spice it up. Last one we put a little bit of cayenne in it. Now we're going to put some jalapeno in it, so it's going to split in half. We're only going to need half in there because otherwise it's going to make it too hot. So it's going to run the knife down. Take all the seeds out, give it a little tap. You want to try and make sure you get all the inside, the pith, the white pieces out. And then we're going to chop up the jalapeno. So again, just run it down lengthways. Some nice thin little strips. And then we're going to make a nice little dice to go in there. This gives it a nice little bit of heat and a nice little bit of colour as well. We're going to again put some fresh cilantro in there, so we've got the green going on there. And again, we're going to use half a tomato on this one. We don't need a full one. We don't want to overpower the mango and everything else that's in there. Again, just for a little bit of colour. You could also use like roasted red peppers if you wanted in there. Whatever you like in there. That's the beauty of salsa. Anything really goes. You know, get a good combination. This one's a little bit fruity, so it's a little bit different, so it's quite nice. With this one, we're going to put it over the chips again, but you know, it goes really well with fish, with a white fish, something like a tilapia. Or something on those lines. So got the black beans in there, got the red onions, got the mango, got the roasted corn, and then we're just going to put a little bit more cilantro in there. Like most salsas, if you prepare them in advance, like a day in advance, the flavors blend a lot better, and you get, like, you know, it's like making a good stew or a good curry. You know, if you make it the day before, it's much better when you eat it the following day, once all the spices and flavors are blended together. So there we go. We're gonna put the fresh cilantro in there. Then again, we're gonna take our spoon again. Just gonna give it a mix up. Alright, and then we're just gonna, for today's purposes, like I say, you know, it goes well with fish. Today we're just going to put over the chips. So it's nice and colourful with the red tomatoes, the green of the cilantro and the jalapeno peppers, the red of the onions. So it makes a beautiful colour, very vibrant, nice and summery. If you're having a cookout outside and you wanted a nice salsa to go with it, this is like a perfect salsa. Okay. There we go. That's our mango black bean salsa. Thank you.